My name is Gloria. People know me as Gloria POV. Nkosi is my last name, my maiden name. I'm 38 years old.
Great. So what do you look for in a potential partner, a boyfriend?
You know what? I don't necessarily have very strong specifics, but I think honesty right at the top of the list. Somebody who's kind. Kindness is very important to me, and somebody whose company I enjoy. You know, I want to be able to just enjoy your company as a friend. You know, socialize with you. I need to know that you're aware of your surroundings. You pay attention to what is happening to the world. Your perspective of the world doesn't have to be the same perspective as mine, but I need to know that at least you hold some view, you know, you think, even though you don't think like me. So I want to know things like, what is your perspective of life in general, the world, people, yourself, and what is your perspective about God, spirituality, and stuff like that?
Okay, Kedibone, Mohlala, I am 31. I'm 33. I'm gonna be 34 in August.
That I was sure.
Yeah?
That I was sure.
Hey, I can show I lost count. I didn't get out on a date. After 30 years, I just like, nah, it's fine.
So what do you look for in a boyfriend?
In a boyfriend. I don't know. Are we talking about physical attributes or just in general?
Just everything, Mtolo, in a potential partner. Osheba.
Okay, the first thing, we can't deny the first thing it's an attraction of the eye, right? So the first thing na ekiban drawn is good hygiene. I usually look this is the weirdest thing ever. But usually Kishaba like your teeth clean? And then are your fingernails clean? Manala hawa katwis matina. And then do you smell good? Do you take care of yourself? Like do you groom well? Basically, do you groom well? Ne? So obviously those are the first things that will catch my eye. And then in a relationship, those are the small things. The bigger things in the relationship would be motho o jwang boyena. First of all, background how important how to kopana le motho hore motho o tswa kae, o hotse jwang. Do you guys speak the same language in terms of common factors like do you like this? I like that. Do you like this? I like that. I'm not saying the guy should like everything that I like. No. But at least to have some common ground, you know. The common ground being the most important ones on my side would be is the guy spiritual? By spiritual, Nyakallo, I don't mean hore. Guy tlamehile a kerekeng every Sunday or guy a consult sangoma every now and then. No. I mean by is guy in touch with his spiritual side, as in you seek counsel from the elders, whether it be a church or in whatever tribe you belong in. The other one would be current affairs. Guy wa tseba ho etsahalang lefatsheng o ka se boyfriend le motho a sa tsebeng ho etsahalang, like the simplest things. Does he know why Ukraine and Russia are fighting? If he doesn't know, is he interested to know? Does he know what's happening in South Africa? What's his take on the government? All of that, you know, in total kids everyday life. And and then Le Groove has its element of importance, not entirely, but obviously there must be some time to unwind, go out, share some time together, go for a picnic, those are the things we're looking for. I don't I picnicking, but it would be nice or our 10-month anniversary is coming up, Kedibone or whatever, you know, those are the kind of things. And then where are we going with this relationship? Is it a short-term thing? Is it a long-term thing? You know, but obviously it would take some time if you more decide into a short-term or a long-term in her. So I don't know if that answers your question. That would be.
Okay, my name is Lulekwa, age 43 years old.
Great, Lulekwa, let us know what you look for in a boyfriend, in a potential partner.
I think the first thing I would say is that I look for someone who is compatible with my lifestyle, you know, in terms of, you know, do I even get along with them? You know, am I able to share some of the, like, I don't know, like you know, if I like hiking, would he like going hiking with me? So I want that. That's what I'm looking for in a companion. I'm looking for someone who is also emotionally, I would say, aware of themselves, you know, that kind of awareness. And I'm also looking for someone who's got their finances in order as well, who can take care of himself. And if I'm in the picture, also me. So that's what I'd like.
Okay, my name is Mtolo and I'm 40.
Great. What do you look for in a man?
Okay. I think for me, what's important is basically someone who knows himself, like someone who has found himself, who's basically authentic enough to know what they're about. So in getting to know that person, then consistency would be very important for me. And then other than that, I feel like what's important is that we must be aligned in terms of our values. Our core values must align. That would be like in terms of your family values, like what you think of, you know, certain things, children, this, that, you know, religious beliefs. So that's the important thing. Like those must definitely align. So the alignment in values, and then yeah, as we get to know each other, there should be consistency there. And just someone that that knows what they're looking for, and they're open to communicate it properly, so that we both then can bring together our willingness to build, which I think is also very important, that willingness to build. So we both here to build. So that's what I'm looking for. And of course, get the other important things, like he has to be financially stable, because angithi sibhadala manje. So we're trying to build something. So in order for us to be able to go on those dates and whatever, we need money. So he has to be financially stable, and yeah.
All right, so you say it's badala manje. Was it ever a time where you would say it's fine if he's not financially stable? It sounds like that has changed.
Yeah, like I feel like I've lived all my relationship life doing community service, where I was the one that was mostly servicing the relationship. Even in the relationship where I was living with someone in the same house, like I was doing the most. And I was in my 20s then, so it didn't matter. Even in my early 30s and whatnot, it didn't matter, you know. So but now it does. It does. And I think also I think it's from the fatigue from just, you know, doing that community service, and then now you are fatigued from it, and you're like, son, now it's important.
Great stuff. Let's hit it off. Question number one. Guy number one is a millionaire. He's financially stable. He's got all his stuff in order, but is a serial cheater. So if you are with him, you're going to deal with multiple cases of infidelity. Guy number 2 earns
Mm.
around 10,000 rands a month, but is loyal. Which
Mhm.
one would you go for?
I'd definitely go for guy number 2 because I've recently had to answer that question for myself. If, I used to think that I was just this hippie. And then if a guy goes out with another person, I'd be fine with it. But actually, I've realized that I'm not okay with that. And I would not want to be with somebody because it's a form of emotional abuse in a way. So I'll go for guy number 2.
Anybody, motho o mong le o mong a tsebang Kedibone would know that Kedibone would go for guy number 2. Guy number 2 for me, thank you.
Hobane?
Hobane, guy number 2, first of all, guy number 2, from that description o mfang yona, since ke tseba hore he is stable. If he can keep his job for like 3 years, motho stable wa sebetsa, he's got a stable income coming in, and then this is how he administrates his money. I'm happy with that. First of all, important consistency ya hae hore he's able to be consistent ka mosebetsi. I feel like for most of us, mosebetsi is the first thing o tla bona ka motho hore bo consistent ba hae o fella until we bane. Excuse me. Se ke na le flu nyana ya some. Excuse. So guy number 2 ke yena e nka yang for yena. Le hape, I believe I can say I stand to be corrected, or maybe in this generation, in a monogamous relationship. I'm one of those people who is one guy at a time, and I would expect the same energy. I can only I am giving you all of my energy, but I have to share your energy with Kedibone, Palesa, Refilo, whatever. No, I feel like ka nako eo if relationship ya ka le nna le wena ke nna le wena ka nako eo. So guy number 2 would be that guy because ke nna le yena re focused ho nna le yena. There is no room for hore ra cheatana or an open relationship or all that crap. No. So guy number 2 is for Kedibone in that sense. And also guy number 2, it's nice that he's working. I can't remember Kedibone lena on a salary ya hae ya 10,000. How could you kopanya di two? Definitely can do something about it. So I would go for guy number 2. Guy number 1, it would mean hore ke tlameha le nna ke cheat mostaneng to keep up with him, all in the name of money and material things. Materials are nice, money is nice, but other things are nicer, like having your man in the middle of a rainy night.
So you believe in cheating back?
Yeah. Hey. Ha ka utlwa question eo?
So you believe in cheating back?
No, not really. I can say wazima. Ntho ya ho cheata le yona. Or is it a physical relationship where my boyfriend and this other girl are just purely having sex, or is it an emotional relationship where my boyfriend and this girl...
It gets to a point where you're just so sick and tired of finding out Lena Ujret or no it's again. And everything. Like just cha-cha.
Walk away. No, the easiest thing is to walk away because you're gonna end up being sick, hey? And mind you, me, sickness is not just about physique, where sexually transmitted diseases and all of that is concerned. There's other sicknesses that a person can bring you. Mental stress, anxiety, all of those things. I would rather just walk away. No, I wouldn't cheat back. If there's no winning here, just walk away. I feel like there's plenty of guys. No, I'll just walk away. I can I'll cheat back, and then we get back together, and then it's just too toxic. No. I'm not cheating back. I'm just walking away. That's it.
Guy number 2. The thing is it's not about the money or the value of money, but it is about the character, you know. And I believe the 10,000 rands guy can get to that million rands if he wants to, of course, if it is pursuing that. But the big deal for me is the character part of things, which money cannot buy. So 10,000 rands is my guy.
I'll take the millionaire. Kulate ngoku. Hayi kulate ngoku. He's a millionaire. Uzawutshita. But undiphethe kakuhle. Like right thina apha endlini. Like kwi-relationship yethu si-happy. If we're happy in our relationship.
You are financially okay. I don't know how happy you would be if this guy keeps.
I'm sure we would be happy because we'll be going on vacations in Nani, even when he goes to cheat.
You go to
share
a
nemali, so I don't have time
vacation
to think
and then
about it. I'm going
girl
shopping.
calls. While you are still at the vacation, girl calls.
It's fine. I'll be crying in Dubai. I'll be crying in Dubai in a thong.
I had a story with this guy, but he went on vacation. Now he went on vacation with the side chick. Books into a hotel this side with a family. The next door hotel, he books the side chicks there. And then he slips out of the hotel from the family, goes into the side chick. How do you feel?
What I don't know won't hurt me. What I don't know won't hurt me. But if I do find out, I mean, we'll deal with that, you know? We'll deal with that when it happens. I mean, it means, let's say I find out that there was a side chick next door, I'm gonna be angry and whatnot and cry and what. But I'm angry in Dubai. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and now when he apologizes, he buys me the latest Range Rover.
But then there is
like,
no. Let's say you don't see but the guy just does not have time for you, does not have time for the family. But Nina Kogo and if you want to go on vacation like Tatana Imali, go to Dubai.
Yeah,
but
that's the one I'm choosing. That's the one I'm choosing. You know why? Because now that I'm older, I no longer have the time. I'm not looking for someone or daughter. You understand? Right now, I want a partner, someone I can do life with. So that means someone that I'm able to relate with, go back to and say, my day was like this, whatever. I'm not interested in a lot of sex or whatever. So a person who's busy right now is something that I'm expecting, because I'm busy. I've got teenage children, you know. Like now I'm busy thinking about and going out and buying stationery and doing all those things. So I'm busy doing all those things. That's what my time is for. And then work and then this and that. So it's not like now I still have time. So right now, for instance, the kind of relationship that I'm looking for, I don't mind a long distance relationship, because there's many dynamics to my life right now that I'm older. For instance, I've got 2 teenage girls that we have a life together that we've built that works for us. And now comes this guy who has also 2 teenage children, and now he has his own teenage children that we must blend with my own. I don't know how that is gonna go. He's got his baby mamas, this. So I feel like right now, a life where everyone's got their own life that they're content with. We are just there for companionship more than babysitting each other and just wanting to like always be in each other's face. So I don't mind a guy now who's not available because he's busy. But I would love for that to be a case of me knowing, you know, I want a secure relationship. Like I know how it is to be in a long distance relationship, but be secure. Like, know that diaspora, this is a normal, healthy relationship and we're happy. So I want something like that where whether it's long distance or local, but it's secure enough that even if we don't see each other the whole week or for 2 weeks, I know that we are solid. I don't doubt that we're solid. So I wouldn't have a problem having a guy that is busy but has money, you know, because now lo ongenamali is just gonna be here, and it's not gonna be nice, because I'm thinking, why are you here and not out there looking for a job? We understand. It's not nice, because now we're sitting here doing what? We can't even go for ice cream. It means now we must just be doing sex, and I mean, I don't like sex. So
That's
what are
quite
we gonna
stupid.
be
I thought
doing?
women your age, libido goes up.
I've heard that, yes. I've heard that. I don't know. I've never, even when I was there, I don't know, man. Or namanje, yeah, because maybe now that I'm older, it's supposed to go up. Because when I was young, then I never did. I don't know. For me, it seems to be getting worse. I don't know. I think it's just not my thing. I wonder if that's even true, or maybe it's one of those myths. But it goes up. You know what I'm thinking?
I think it's
That
true
I think
because remember,
from
the older women get, then they stop dating men their age or men older. They go for the younger ones because the younger ones are more active. So it might not necessarily
no.
be the case for you. But let's move on because we're running out of time now. So guy number one is extremely overweight, but is a millionaire. Guy number two, fit, nice arms, six pack, but he's unemployed. Which one do you go for?
Guy number one. Generally, ke mna ke ndiyazithandela abafana abakhulu. So guy number one. And bafuni labafana abafit laba, one bayasinda, and two nje i-sex game yabo is not even on point. Okay, next.
Asithi ke mkhulu inemene yokuthi sho, like uzawugula.
So cool. It's fine. He has a good personality and he has money.
I'll go for guy number two. Reason being, many times the ill disciplines that we have, that show physically, not being able to take care of yourself, they outplay themselves even in the unseen, in terms of your general behavior. This is somebody who can easily let you down. They let themselves down, This is somebody who might have issues of integrity, probably. This is somebody who could be a big procrastinator. So the other guy is fit and, taking care of himself. I think we can go a long way. And by the way, angithi sizokhulisa abantwana manje wena soyafa sonomkhala, you're gonna leave me and with the kids to raise the kids on my own because of your health issues. I think
So
it's
basically
actually
weight
quite a
is
serious problem.
for you is a deal breaker.
I think it's if you are obese to the point where it affects your health, it would be very problematic for me, because the only body you have is this one, and if you're not putting in discipline to try and manage it well, I don't think I'll have the trust that you can manage other things in other areas of your life. So it's deeper than just weight. It's deeper than somebody ojang chisanyama every Saturday. It's deeper than somebody who drinks. It's an attitude. It's a way of life. For me, it's about how you navigate this life is very questionable.
Go for.
Not the unemployed. Definitely not that. I'd rather go for the guy with health issues. Depends which health issues though, but I'd rather go for one with health issues rather than someone who is rather than a broke person. No. But at the same time, a broke person can move from being broke to have money, So that could change. And health issues, there also, it depends what the health issues are. So I feel
It's
like
the
it's
health
kind of
issues
a
that come with being
situation.
obese, assuming that is the thing. However, it sounds like you are more averse to a broke guy than you are actually attracted to maybe a man with money and might have a thing or two.
Yeah, experience has taught me that it's I should, you know, stay away from a broke guy. I should stay far away from a broke guy. But I feel like somebody who is obese, that could be changed. They could go to a gym, or if not, they could do surgery. You know, that can be something that can change. But I mean, he should care about his own self. I want a guy that loves himself. So he should care about his own health to begin with.
Which guy would you go for?
I'm going for guy number 1. I'm going for the rich obese guy. And the reason is simple. He's got money. I will change his diet. Hanyani until I win. I will go for the obese guy. He's got money. I mean, it's a lifestyle. Give it a lifestyle. Hi. Hanyani. I go on a lady. Who easy? Guy number 1, definitely.
Question number 3. Guy number 1 is ugly, like he in the looks scale is like there 2 or 3, right? Movie, B. But he has a holiday home in Mshanga Rocks, has a boat, and then guy number 2 is extremely good looking, but stays at home. Which guy would you go for?
This one is quite tricky because I'd like more details about these guys. I don't have enough data to run on. So
that's all you're getting there. All things are equal.
That's all I'm
same
getting.
Age, everything. It's not like the other one is overly older than the other. They're same age and everything. Let's just say your dating range, which is
dating range. I think my cutoff is my dad's age. Which is 16.
Let's say somebody who's not eye-poppingly like yo, Gloria Wenzani, but both of them are like bagash. You won't have to explain anything when you are with them. The only difference is that the other one stays at home, the other one has got his everything together.
I think girl deserves a nice holiday, so I'll go with guy number 1. Ugly guy. So number 1, I'll say that the guy who's still staying at home, probably there are reasons, economic reasons why he's still staying at home. Guy at Umhlanga sounds like a guy who's really worked hard to get there. So I love that about him. It's a 10 on that he was able to push himself economically to that level.
I will choose guy number 1. You know why? Because I generally am not into pretty boys. Honestly, like as God is my witness, I'm not into pretty boys. And I really wouldn't like a guy who stays with his mom. Like that's just a problem. And with the other guy, he has money, you know. That's and a shame. Ugly guys are my type. Like honestly, like sincerely, ugly guys are my type. But when he has money, it's even more of a benefit.
He has to have money if he's ugly.
But I've been dating ugly guys that don't have money because they are my type.
I know it.
Honestly, like I just like them ugly. Like honestly, like when I say the people I've been dating, I'm referring to ugly.
And you are not.
I don't date pretty boys.
Like I don't get it.
I don't get attracted. I just don't get that. I love manly men.
So they're ugly, right?
Pretty boys.
He's ugly. He is ugly. He is broke. You don't like sex. Why are you dating him?
Love him. Personality. But I love I love affection. I love attention. Like it was nice, you know. affirmation, and they're very affirming, like, and that's my love language. So you don't even have to be here. As long as hey, you miss me, that's nice. And then you do those nice cute things, flowers, this. So I love those things. That's why money has never been an issue. Namanje, maybe if I meet a guy on Chame good enough, I won't be surprised if I end up.
I am going for guy number 1. Full stop. I am not going for guy number 2 because mama's boys are the worst. You will never win there. You will never ever win. You will never win. Besides the fact that guy number 1 is ugly, is whatever, all of that doesn't mean anything. It just means he's not staying with his mother. I'll definitely go for guy number 1. I'm going on that boat cruise. I am going to Umhlanga. Hela. Habong stress ka nix. Mara guy number 2 limme wa high. No thanks.
Which one do you go for?
I'm at this point where I really don't care about looks, and it's really got to do with the heart. So if I enjoy guy number 1's company, I'm down for that. But I'm not gonna go for a guy just because he looks good, because as soon as you get to know that person, what matters is not how good looking they are. You just care really about how well they treat you and what connection you have, So I'll go for guy number 1. He's ugly. At least I get to go on a boat and experience other things.
Yay!
Already. Already. Guy number 1 is a millionaire. Right? But he is your father's age.
Whoa.
And then guy number 2 is within your dating range. You will have to tell us your dating range and maybe also remind us of your age.
Okay.
So the millionaire, you don't have to do anything. Homes, like kids will be taken care of, school and everything. And then Lorna, your age is broke. Which one do you go for?
Is there an option where I don't go for either? Ito yung option niyo, Nyakallo. Hakiti, that is a difficult one, hey? That is a tricky one. Hakiti, hey? My dad's age.
You are considering this guy who's your dad's age, ne?
No, it's shocking. Like, I'm thinking my dad's age. What is my dad? Hi, I can't. I can't.
But it happens. Okay, how do you feel about relationships like that, okay?
You're a person who's old enough to be your father. Aye. And easy. Mark me absent. No.
Futhi unenkinga nalona onganamali.
Nginenkinga naye futhi. But I feel there's no description on this one, Alan Broke. Is he just broke, or is he working towards something, or is he punting, pushing, playing? Is he trying? What is he doing? The only description I have, he's broke. His brokenness is a temporary thing. He's hustling towards something, not just. But if he's just broke and not doing anything about his brokenness, then it's a different case altogether. And then
even the people who may seem like they're not doing anything about their brokenness, as you may put it that way, also are also doing something about their brokenness. When things but again, levels like Ocho, right? So it could be this guy, right? He's like, baby, because I'm starting a business. I couldn't catch 20,000, right? But the burden of the relationship is on you. Spoiler.
Yeah.
He can't even afford himself, bro. And then Kona Lona, busy forex, right? Arabala, talk about my 12 he does that, and then like anti pushari. Kitopo, what's the matter, baby? Kitopo. Whenever I want to shop and a kitopo, I'm a glass shop, so kitopo and talk about you know, there's guys like that. And then there's this one who just makes like promises. No, baby, I'll go back to school. No, baby, I'll do this. You can't play, the next thing I apply. Who wait tomorrow? Or the next thing we move Spanish. Even a kid say this thing is Spanish. I say, mo to sebetsa ka thata mo na ke tlo gola ne wa tseka ke na le scuba, things like that. So you can pick your, you know, any of those guys there as your definition of broke.
So what's about the only thing that you are right in that sense, yeah. The broke guy is gonna be a burden to the relationship, and when you're gonna have to carry this burden because you are working. I'm saving every day. Obviously, I have some savings. Obviously, I can bail him out. Obviously, I can give him money to go out with his friends. And then it's heavy. It gets to a point where you just can't take it anymore. You're like, 2 years down the line, we're still doing this ish. No, come on. Something has to give. You come to a relationship, be like, no, I deserve to be spoiled. I deserve, you know, all of that. So that would be heavy in that sense. Kamo ya guy omo holeling a millionaire. It's heavy in a sense, ya hore. I don't wanna I ke batle ho bua batho hampe or ke etse personal haholo or whatever. I might be best for saying this, but I don't have daddy issues. Like I feel like people that gravitate towards figures. Probably there's an issue there with your dad. You don't want to confront it. Besides the money thing, psychologically, unconsciously, you are drawn to what when he was missing. I could say that. Or maybe I'm just wrong, but we better feel a soft life.
Yeah, I was gonna go there.
Sorted.
Okay, is not demanding, he's not sexually demanding, he's not grooving, umodocha easy to go date other men your age, mara ushapo, rekadi vevo, like ukila wana, comfortable, linje,
presence how fela.
Once in a while, presence in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then warobala.
You.
Guy number one, because generally I love older. I love them older. Like now, my dating range now is just that I don't get to meet them. Like I'm 40, so like anything from like 40 to 60. It can be 65 if he's still fresh. But I love them older. So if he's rich, then even nicer.
Ayisavuki kaloku.
Kurayithi nje ndithi ndikuxelelise sandithi mna ke I was talking to someone and engabelieve ngithi mina would date a guy or important. Like I would, it would not even be, I wouldn't even think twice. It would not even be something that is a crisis. Ukuthi yo sawuthini ke ngoku umfana ndihlalise phansi andixelele bayeke sisayisavuki. I wouldn't even have a problem. Iphela kwento endingenangxaki na futhi even better. Because umfana osase right uzoloko anga-understand ukuthi wena uyasokolisa nani afuna uyocheat thini because wena you're not available for sex.
Like I said, I still won't go for a broke guy ever. At that right now, I won't. I think when I was younger, maybe it would have been okay. But now I have responsibilities and I have a child, and that child needs to be taken care of. I also want to feel, taken care of at some point. Like, okay, baby, let me take you out for dinner. Now, if I have to say, I want to go for dinner and I'm going to be paying for this dinner, it just feels so, I don't know, just doesn't feel special. It doesn't have that nice ring or nice romantic thing as it would have been if someone else was doing it for me. So I choose guy number one.
Quite tricky. Guy who's my dad's age, challenges that guy does not have, a lot of years behind him. He'll, if he takes care of himself, he probably has 10 more years, if he does make an effort. Broke guy, there's a lot of potential. Something we can build, something that we can gain, things that we can achieve. Has the rest of his life ahead of him to get it right. So I will go on the broke guy. I will go on the broke guy and we can make it work.
Have you dated a broke guy, and what are the pros and cons?
Yes, I have. Number one, I think the biggest problem is the ego, of course, so especially if it's a position where he's broken, you're doing a little better than him. There are certain things you would suggest from the goodness of your heart or do from the goodness of your heart. They could actually hit his ego because he's not where he wants to be. So you find yourself tiptoeing around the ego quite a lot. Yeah. And the second thing, he tries to minimize any opportunities where there might be a need for him to pay, so if you say, let's go out to a restaurant, he'll say, no, let's rather stay at home and cook, because at least it's a space he can manage. And, there's also, you have to deal with a roller coaster of emotions, because it's a very difficult position to be in, especially as a man. There are days where you almost feel like this guy is hitting depression and you are the outlet, so you probably take things out on you, his frustrations out on you. There'll always be that part of, it almost feels like it's things that's just not good enough, or you're not good enough. It's not you per se, but it's where he finds himself. So it can be emotionally draining. So it's good if you really are open about it and he's able to be vulnerable about how he feels and his fears, and then you also make sure that the things that he says, you manage them well, that you don't use it against him in a conversation, things that he shares in his vulnerable state. So I'll say there are more cons than pros. The pros is that I think there's always something beautiful about looking at somebody growing from one point to another. It's beautiful to be part of that story. It's something that would create that connection, that bond between the two of you. And if the both parties are willing, genuine, intentional, it's that thing that you look back and you're like, ish, we've come a long way, and no money can buy that. So I think that is the beauty of it.
What's your experiences with the broke men?
It's the worst. It's a lose, 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 lose. There's no win in that relationship. It's just a very lose-lose situation. You get nothing out of nothing, even though you try and be like, oh, okay, everything is fine, I'm going to be understanding. What you find is that the guy has so many internal battles, issues with himself, not being the guy, or the stereotypical guy that society wants him to be. Then even though you can give him love, you can give him the money, he'll still feel like he has something to prove. So they do sometimes end up being the biggest cheaters on earth, because they want to feel that sense of manliness, I suppose, taking care of a woman. And then when you're taking care of them, it's like you're taking a part of him, his macho-ness, away from him. So I think that's what I feel.
But
I
surely,
haven't met it.
if you date attracted him in the first place, and he also can cheat. Surely he's doing something right.
If I dated him and then he can
You got
cheat.
to date him, and you got attracted to him in the first place,
Yeah.
and he also has the ability to cheat. Surely there's something right he's doing.
Well, there is. I think that like a broke guy tries to overcompensate, I suppose, for his lack of money. So obviously he does everything to try to prove himself worthy to you, but it's only a temporary thing. It's an ego boost for him. It's got nothing to, I don't think it's got really anything to do with you. I don't think he's really interested in you. He's really interested in making himself feel better.
How do relationships like that end?
They just end. I think you realize that you are giving too much into the relationship than what you really need to be giving. I think there's a line there where you giving, and then when you over giving into a relationship and you losing yourself in it, then I think that's where if you don't wake up, then I feel like there's like a boiling resentment in you, that you are taking care of this and you're taking care of that. Just like Obama's wife said, she was like, when they had 2 kids or something, that she hated being married to the president, and because she felt like she was taking care of everything, and that there was just that boiling resentment in her towards Obama. So
I don't know. This is why right now I don't have the energy to risk it, because my fear is there to go to, if you are still trying to get your things together now and we are 40, if I'm 40, you are probably 45. I wake up one day and we are 60 and I'm still the one carrying the relationship, and that's my fear, because there's never a guarantee of when, things will pop. And so, like I said, even with our mothers, they carried and hid it. So you'll find that in Tampa, even now, and most of our mothers are still carrying the relationships we don't know. But you only get to hear about it when now that relationship doesn't work. Then now, girl, ngoba seka-hurt, then now she will talk. Like, yeah, ndafike ne-underpant, namqala kwi-underpant. No, ndafike nekawusi ezigqabhukileyo. It doesn't work. But as long as that relationship is still working, then nobody's gonna say anything, because also even culture dictates that to protect his dignity. Yeah, and understand? Because I've seen posts where it says, if you are the one paying at a restaurant, then you must dash the menu card. So for Serit is a high. So yeah.
It hardly ever gets there, though. There's not a lot of women that would say, I met a brother struggling, we worked through together, now we are good, now he's taking a good care of me. Why?
That's true. There's not enough stories like that, and there are 2 sides to it. One, it's not an easy relationship to navigate. So I find that most of my sisters are not capacitated to handle that. So it's good to be honest with yourself. If you know that you don't have capacity, don't try it. You'll only just break a man. But on the other side also, what I've also noticed is that, you see, because we are evolving, most guys, when they eventually, get to the point of a good economic position and realize their dreams and so forth, then their appetite and their taste buds for women changes. So he used to like the girl like me with natural hair, calpondo, and it was okay, it was okay. I made it, I'm natural. Oh, now all of a sudden, Nyakallo is going around with the slay queens, So that also happens a lot, that the taste buds, the appetite changes because his environment changes, his exposure also changes. So the girl that he had before does not fit the new story in his life. But also the other thing is, it can get so frustrating that it can lead to a lot of brokenness, you know, where the two people really truly love each other, but there's just too much brokenness that it becomes harder to stay together, you know.
You want to
Because
elaborate
of
on the
journey,
brokenness?
so you find that because of the challenges, the economic challenges, they're not having enough. You know, the guy would be harsher on the girl, not because he is intentional about it, but because he's just a man who's frustrated, and the girl in turn becomes bitter.
Tell us a story, man. You are being hypothetical. This is very interesting. Tell us a story of an experience, or maybe observation, or a story you have heard. Like, they tend to do this, even if it's generalization, or, you know.
So actually, it's a couple that I became very close to. They were millionaires, wealthy, and they lost everything, literally everything. Cars, houses, became homeless. They were in love. They had 3 beautiful kids and everything, but the strain became so much. You could see that, listen, I mean, they did it before, they can do it again. But over the years, it became so strenuous on both of them that they got to a point where they could not even stand each other's company, you know. The guy was too depressed, very negative, lost hope, giving up. And the girl was like, no, you know, we can still do it. We can go out there. Cut a long story short, the lady then decided to go back to work instead of pursuing business. She got a good job, and she got exposed to better. And before you knew it, she met somebody at work who spoke sense, and it became harder and harder for her to go back to the toxic environment. And unfortunately, their marriage fell apart.
Quite a sad story, man. Quite a sad story. Why do you think there are, because there's a lot, I don't know in your area, but in the area that I am in right now, I'm seeing more and more men that aren't working. Some of them intentionally date the women that are popping, but some, it's just like, I guess it's just an issue of fate. But why are there more and more men not doing well financially in South Africa?
And you know what? That is so sad, Nyakallo. It's very, very sad. And it's if you look at the global scale, you'd find that it's not only in South Africa, it's the black man everywhere you go in the world. United States as well, European countries, you know. It's obviously worse in the African continent. And this is a systematic thing, you know. This is a systematic thing. It is systematically designed that women will be more empowered, so empowered that they don't need a man. It works better for the people who are running the world to have an imbalance. Yes. So the new, it is actually this has been happening for centuries. The black man has always been systematically pushed back, but it is getting even worse because policy supports it. You know, if you and I apply for the same job with the same qualification, you are definitely not going to get the job, even if you're more experienced than me. So sadly, we are enjoying the benefits of women empowerment while our men are staying behind. It's not necessarily that the black man is lazy. Most black men I know are hard workers. Most black men I know, 4 o'clock in the morning, they're already on the streets hustling, you know? So it's a systematic thing. And unfortunately, until we arrive at a point where we push back at policy and we're saying women have been, it's okay to empower women, it's okay to have programs for the girl child, but what about the boy child? What about the male seed? What about the man? So it is a battle. It is a battle. And a woman who doesn't understand that is not going to be able to sustain in a relationship because they think you are the problem. But the problem is bigger than you. It's a systematic problem. So when I'm in a relationship with you, I need to understand that we need to be smart. We need to be wise about how we navigate your economic status. So it could be that for a couple of years, I need to sustain, and we try to build you outside of the system economically still, so you can still find your way. So sadly, it's a systematic issue. And sometimes, no matter how hard the black man can work, he's just not going to push through.
Broke black man. I think besides the economy and a lot of factors. I mean, I don't think it's just one thing, but it's just a lot of economic issues that sometimes are beyond the person's powers, So yeah, everyone is struggling economically, and especially the black men at the moment, because there's a lot of competition for jobs, between women and men and everything else, white, black, Indian. So I think that's why there are a lot of broke men. I don't think there's a specific reason or they don't want to work. No, I don't think that's the case.
You know what? I don't know if they are broker than us, or it's just a case of generally men from when we are raised, sisase abantwana, they are raised differently from us. I mean, the girl is the one that, no, when you must clean, you must do this for your brother. You must do, it's always, the brother is always babied. And the woman is always the one that must be strong. So we could be just working the same jobs, and he's got more dates.
No, but I mean, let's look at it in the perspective of
whatnot.
Men not working at all.
Sorry?
We have now
men not working at all. I wonder if it's any different to how it was before, because what I do know is that, yes, women are more elevated now in society in terms of, having things open for them, but it's still not enough to say more than men. You understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't know. I don't think I don't think it's a case of now amadoda wasena misebenzi, or now men are not working at all. I just don't know. I don't think that's the case, because I just think that it's a case, when I look at it, I just think that it's a case of men abanemali manje, angithi sebabathathile laba abasebenzayo, because angithi wonke umuntu ufuna osebenzayo. So when I think about it for myself, I always think that it's a case of laba abanemali babathathile manje bashelela abangenamali. So now it looks like a lot of men are broke, but no, or it looks like a lot of men are not working, but it's because laba abasebenzayo babathathile, and so kusheke laba abangasebenzi, because wonke umuntu wants the guy that works.